recording there now. Yay! Yeah, I don't know who she is, man. She just
see somebody sitting next to you, dude.
she totally came into the house one day and just was like, yeah, we heard you off your wife, so I'm here to replace her.
I'm ins here now.
Oh man, I will say that this, everyone, for any of you that may have joined while we were doing Sabikui Bisco, this is my wife, Christine, the one I swore was alive, and look, there she is. Also, so quick housekeeping note, if there's any issues with audio or coloring, it's I got brand new displays and some new toys, and I'm going to be playing with those new toys for a bit, trying to get you guys the best image quality I can. Too loud?
No.
Okay. Trying to help you out.
Sound good.
Yeah, you sound fine. Anyways, that's the housekeeping, guys. I got to get the OBS stuff going right. It's studio mode. You guys ready to do this?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I think I got this. We got it. Welcome everybody to the AnimeVerse Reviews podcast here on the GenreVerse Podcast Network, wherever you get your podcasts from, and on the GenreVerse YouTube channel, powered by LRM Online, where you can find your entertainment news, needs, and opinions every day. I almost said the sponsors, which is
I was thinking
GenreVerse.
that too. I was right.
Nice
with you on
cover,
that.
right? And then I just totally told myself, GenreVerse sponsors the show, most of the shows here on the GenreVerse Podcast Network. More from them a little bit later. I'm still dealing a bit with my cold, or at least the tail end of it, which is why I missed last week. But I'm Kyle Malone at that Kyle Malone on Twitter. This is my wife Christine. Like I said, do you still want to throw your Twitter out there?
I haven't used it in a while since I haven't been feeling well, but you can find me at Adorable Doom.
And our husbando is, of course, here as normal. Brian Brantley does PulpMythos on YouTube. What's up, dude?
Hey.
How's it going, man? Why couldn't you do? Because you were kind of relieved when I called and said, "Hey, I'm not feeling so hot last week."
You can probably see. Well, you will see. My arms look horrible. Yeah. The day before we were supposed to record, I was outside all day, and I had forgotten that that's not a good thing for me without sunscreen.
Yeah, it's kind of important.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. So I was severely burned. Face is looking decent now, but my arms are still peeling. But yeah,
that's always debatable.
Because I was ready to go on because I was like,
yeah,
I'll do it. And then you texted me, and I was like, whew.
I can't I mean, more than likely, the last time I got a real sunburn was probably 2016, working the Warp Tour for the Army when we were recruiting. Whose bright idea it was to recruit at Warp Tour, but whatever. I got to hang out and listen to great music all day long.
I think I was a kid, because it's like I know better being like white as a ghost. So it's like I know. It's like, you know what? I've been out in the sun a while. I need to leave. So, like, I'll get out of there. If I forget sunscreen, it's like, yeah, I gotta go, and I'll make up some excuse. There's always something.
Brian and I both managed to get a little toasty on a guy's trip to Cedar Point in 2014, 13, whatever it was. It was 14, because it was that Mother's Day, and you were like, no, I don't want to leave my son at the... And I was like, look, I didn't get I didn't get an R&R because my last deployment was only nine weeks, and that is a ritual. We go where when I deploy? Cedar Point. So yes. we made it happen. Brian and I made it happen. Okay.
Yeah, y'all enjoy, but that would have been a dick. I
got my scalp burned.
Yeah, I know.
Because I'd forgotten what it's like to spike up my hair and have that exposed scalp.
You deserve that.
I did totally deserve that. Anyways, while everyone's probably interested in Christine being back to a bit to a degree, I think we should kind of give you a chance to just kind of tell us a bit about what you've thought overall of Spy Family.
Okay.
up until now?
It's incredibly adorable. I look forward to it every week. Like, out of, like, this spring slate is freaking awesome, but this is like the best one for me. Out of all the anime that's out right now. I think it's so cute. Of course, everyone loves Anya. She's great, and I'm ready for some action though. But I've been enjoying, you know, the whole family dynamic coming together and seeing all that and seeing the adorableness of Anya. So
I have to keep reminding myself that we're supposed to get like 25 episodes. Like a core of 12 and then a core of 13. I think that's what they're called, cores. Yeah, so we missed last week for reasons we already explained. But so let's touch on that just, you know, real quick. The last week the family actually is all together now. It's after the awesome proposal in episode 2. The kind of key part of it is them learning how to be high class, to be hoity-toity, and it's the fun of the entire episode. And for me, the best part is watching Yoda get all turned on by the death machines and the guillotine pictures and stuff like that. What do you think of episode 3, Brian?
Yeah, like you said, it was just more of the characters getting to know each other, and it did a fine job. That particular scene you mentioned, it was funny because I was like, oh, wait a minute. But yeah, it was fine, and it's still funny that they don't realize who each other are. You know what I mean? And there's, you know, so they have all these skills, but are not aware that the other one has similar skills.
They're just kind of accepting of it.
Yeah, it's like, this is my normal. Everyone should be like this, I guess. So
yeah. What do you think of episode 3 as opposed to like the first 2?
I don't know. It's like we're starting to get the ball rolling, so I did enjoy it. So yeah,
it's a bit slow for me. I was,
but it was still kind of like I'm ready to see them together.
Exactly. This episode, so though, getting into episode 4, absolutely. You know what it really reminded me of the like slice of life moments from Full Metal Alchemist. Just the over the top situations where you know, they got a plan that's going awry. No one's life is in danger at the moment. Look, I and of course the whole European, you know, World War setting aesthetic helped play that in my mind. But this whole episode was just great. They managed to throw in some action, but it's not traditional action. They really managed to make a lot of things tense, but like there's a moment towards the end of the episode where I'm literally like tense, like what the hell is going to happen? What is Twilight going to do? You know, what is Lloyd going to do? What is Yoda going to do in this tense situation? And the release of that tension, sort of, I really dug it. It's really kind of artistic. And I'll throw this one to Christine with episode 4. You and I are parents. I mean, could you imagine someone talking to our son like that?
Oh man, you'd be dead. Oh my god, how they handled it. I mean, it was funny how they did it, because they know they got to keep control. But for me, I just flat out, I'd start sassing the guy like, you're talking to a small child, excuse you. Yeah, like why are you making this child cry? And then yet somehow it's like a negative thing to stand up for your child. And it's like, well, I guess they're out. And it's like, are you kidding me? But luckily, you know, the strong arm alchemist guy, I'm like, seriously, so much like him, like just like the twinkle in his eye and
like head master.
Yeah. Where he's like, actually, you're the embarrassment, you know? So it's like finally someone called him out. But yeah, it's like, don't talk to my kid like that. I will cut you.
I like that. Yeah, I definitely would have been arrested. Mission compromised. Brian, what'd you think of this episode, dude?
I loved how much it made me laugh. The comedy of it. The moment, like you said, the moment they like saluted the statue. I don't know why that was so funny to me, but because I realized, oh, they're playing the game. They understand what they need to do. And so then it just kept escalating from there. And, you kept wondering, okay, how are they going to do this? How are they going to do that? And it was very comical. And yet, like you both said, then you get to that one scene where like, whoa, this is very serious and a little disturbing. And how's Twilight going to handle it? And he handled it exactly how he should. And I was impressed. And the moment, what scene was it? Oh yeah, when the girl was like, I want to be with them forever. And just sort of his reaction to that. And you realize you're like, this show is taking its time, but it's legitimately building a family. And they're all bonding, and they're, hopefully they'll learn each other's secrets and we'll see where that goes. But yeah, very much, I thought this episode was way better than last week's.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that would be kind of cute, though. It's like mom pulls out all her shit. All right, I'm going to go kill people. And yeah, father and daughter are like, okay.
Work time.
Yeah, see you later.
All right, Anya, how do we get bloodstains out of satin?
God.
I love it because Anya would be all about that. I love how they balance all of the characters. You get little moments with all of them. You get to see each of them in the environment reacting and slowly growing. And like I said, I did, especially after episode 3, I had to remind myself that this is going to be a longer show, so you can expect a slower burn. And that made me go, okay, 3 wasn't that bad. Yeah, it's a bit early for filler episode, but there was important stuff there. But 4, man, just knocked it out of the park. I was really impressed with how that went. So yeah, you guys, what's up?
It's kind of weird. Like, one of the things is like, you helped a child, but you got dirty, and it's like the whole like, oh well, we don't want you in this school. It's like, wouldn't you want them in this school? Like, what are you gonna do? Leave the child there? That's disgusting.
Right.
Like, why do y'all want to go to this school? But I know it's like the mission, but it's like outwardly, like, why do you all want to go to this school? So
I love the comedy in this, and I want to talk a little bit more on the other side of the break, so we can get into some straight up spoilers in case anyone's following along. Without seeing the spoilers first, make sure you do come back. But yeah, we'll take a quick word from our sponsors at Grow Generation.
Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow. For all of your cultivation needs, Grow Generation has the right products, service and staff to make your grow successful. Go to www.growgeneration.com, where the pros go to grow.
Thank you all of you for sponsoring. No, thanks Grow Generation for sponsoring the episode as usual. Brian, a friend of ours, is working on recording some new voiceovers for the ads. Mr. Toby Jones.
Oh,
yeah. Toby's gonna do some. Attempt to do some VO for us, and yeah, you guys in the description and over on the website you'll find a piece about Mr. Jones, dear personal friend of all three of us. Brian and I went to school with you. Went to school with him for one year. Yeah, he's like 2 years ahead of you.
Yeah, I think so.
Because he's one year behind me, and I'm 1 year behind Brian. Anyways, regardless, Toby needs a kidney. He's a great guy. I'm not going to get into all of it here, but if you've ever considered organ donation or know anyone that is, and you want to help a really great person out, check the description for Toby needs a kidney, because it's in stage. He needs a kidney. There's not a lot of time, so at least his voice will live on immortally if the bad stuff happens. Talking about products to help you grow hydroponic cannabis stuff at home. That's a great way to go out, right? we love you, Toby. So spoiler alert, warning, blah blah, all that good stuff. This whole thing going into this school, the head house master, the old guy obsessed with elegance. Like, he's got everyone being kicked out before they even make it through the front, real front gate. Lloyd and family, all their plans, the like 3 or 4 different changes of clothes, saluting the statue, like Brian said, all of this comedy and several little actiony points. Lloyd saving the kid in the sewage, the animals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love how Yoru takes care of the animals. That was great.
Well, I love the animal. I love the headmaster's reaction to the animals, because they were like, is this part of our plan? They're like, no. And they're like, oh shit, there's a lot of important people. Save them.
Well, yeah, because it's like, these people will die.
Yeah.
There's nowhere for them to go.
That guy, though, Christine thought of him as Major Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist, which is very true. Instead of muscles and beauty, it's all about elegance, and I love the voice actor for this show doing that gentleman. Him creating an enemy out of Lloyd, like, I will prove that you are nothing but a backwards hick or whatever. I think I might be confusing another anime with the hick word. That was funny in dating sim today. You guys haven't checked out Trapped in a Dating Sim, check it out. It's pretty fun. Banging OP. Anyways, dude's hilarious. Christine, you saw the Major Armstrong thing in him. Anything else you want to say about him or the traps that they had set?
I don't know. I guess it's just kind of frustrating just what lengths the school went to like weed out some of these people, and it's over ridiculous stuff. It's like they're 6 years old, and it's like they're already like, this is an intense job interview, and we're gonna ask you questions, and it's like making a child cry, like this little boy, like, already, and leaving, like, oh, you're out, like, because you fumbled on this. It's like, they're small children, they're not tiny adults. So it was just kind of weird, but I guess we'll see more later. But it's like, I don't want to take my child into the school.
Yeah.
They're gonna end up, I don't know, becoming serial killers or something. Like, just. I
like how they are working for things. Anya, even though she can read minds and stuff, she's not so OP that she just passes the test 100%. She not everyone's going to be thinking of the answer at all times, which happens in the interview. She spouts out something that Lloyd's thinking that might help her, but it doesn't. It wouldn't have without Lloyd there to try to spin it. Brian, what'd you think of the traps and the way they did work in some action, Yoru versus the animals and stuff?
Like I said, it was the comedy that I loved, and I love the fact that they had all the preparation. He had all the different outfits. Each outfit changed. I don't know. It amused me. I smiled, and then of course the coolest one was at the end. He had the hat and everything, and that was the main. That was the bulk of the episode, was sort of these challenges and how the family was able to work together to get through them. Leading to that final challenge, which was the interview, and just how, because it's like, okay, you can't overreact. He and it's funny because it's all like they were contemplating killing everyone, like in their mind, right? You could just see it.
Yes,
and they're like, well, we can't do that. But by making the decision to protect his child, essentially, that was the right choice. So
yeah.
Yeah.
They're in the interview. Most of the questions you could tell they're trying to probe people, of course, and that's how interviews are. See how people deal with stress, pressure, interesting questions. And they set up the middle guy, the fat dude that lost his family, wife divorced or whatever, and he hates families right now. They set him up great to be the villain of this thing. When he starts digging into why is the family dynamic the way it is, second marriage, the lie that they've told Anya, when he digs in on her and whether or not she likes one mom over the other, man, that shit was just like, that was so wrong. Like Christine had said back at the beginning, I would have done been across the table.
I know. It's like, why aren't the other two men, participating in this interview? Why aren't they stopping him?
Well, they said because his was it his dad or his brother was the former
he had some
president.
kind of connection.
Yeah, he had like even higher than the other two next to him. Like, you can tell that the other two are probably going to put their weight. Yeah, but
going too far.
When he finally makes her cry, and he's like, you're weak, worthless, whatever it was he said, and Lloyd is sitting there telling himself, don't do it, don't do it. But you see him coming across. When you hear the big boom and all of that, I'm like, damn, did he do it? No, sorry, there was a mosquito on the desk, and the desk is smashed. His hand is bloody. He's definitely shown off. Look, motherfucker, I can do some damage. I love that moment. That whole thing, like I said, was tense, man. When the fat dude starts digging in on Yoru first, digging at Anya, it's just like, I don't know, maybe it's because I was a kid, because I have a kid. We were all kids once, but maybe it's because I have a kid. But I'd be interesting, Brian, you work with kids. You had a younger sister, and like I said, you were a kid once, believe it or not. Like, was that tension not like real and uncomfortable?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, for such a sort of amusing episode, when you get to that scene, you're like, oh man, like because he just kept pushing. It was multiple questions. He's like, oh, well, you like your real mother more than this mother. And also thinking that they don't know Twilight, and that they have no idea what her backstory is. So even they're like, oh man, we don't know. And she was so happy moments ago, trying to answer the questions correctly to please them. And now, she's upset. And I also think that they did a great job of, as far as the animation and the way the character played it. It wasn't over the top. It was just enough of her being upset, and just sort of how that was shown. But yeah, I didn't know what was going to happen. And I love the fact that he used the idea of, well, to hell with your school.
Yeah.
Why would I want to be a part of this? And how that sort of dug into the headmaster.
Yeah. And his compliment to the headmaster, which was all part of the game, but the head housemaster takes it to heart when he's like, the instructors, the staff here at this school are supposed to be second to none, and here he is like, yeah, this guy is definitely second to several of us. I applauded him punching chubby, but and I say that as a guy that recently became chubby again. I hate it, but I appreciated him decking that ass. What? He was an ass. You just took that saying the wrong way, Christine.
I know.
You're awful.
I am. Continue.
I'm done. I liked it. That was funny. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Anything to say on that? You pretty much said it.
Yeah, I pretty much said it.
To wrap up the episode that we watched, the stuff at the end where it's like the fallout. Where do we go? Well, if the mission's over, then the family's over, and him and Yoru are thinking those things in their mind. Anya, they don't really show too much of her getting into the possibilities of having to go back to an orphanage or anything like that. I'm sure that'll come up in another episode where they're faced with Job or Anya. Which, given 25 episodes, we're certainly know how that choice will go. But it's all in the execution. I really appreciated that being shown at the end of this episode, because it's weird to have such a release of the tension from that room with Lloyd saying screw it, we'll leave. You could assume you could see this on the next episode, but I like how they tacked that on at the end. It was a real nice like palate cleanser, and to see them say you know what, for the moment let's just keep going on. I really appreciated that. How'd you feel about the ending, Christine?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was obviously they come back, they're all upset, and they feel so defeated, but then it's like they manage to turn it around, and it's like, well, there's just that one guy. We don't know yet. We'll find out. So, we'll see. Well, of course we know what happens, but for them, we'll see their reaction. Yeah.
Brian, how'd you feel with the way they decided to throw that in there for us?
Well, I loved all the build up to, we failed, and Twilight just being like, it's over, and then them comforting him, and then him even realizing, I always view things very pessimistically, but because he's a spy and he's involved in bad things, and he's like, yeah, it's sort of that. Well, maybe it will work out. Maybe,
just maybe. Yeah, I dig it. I'm excited to see next week's episode. Christine and I got some etchy shit to watch after this, and my voice is starting to get bad again, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen, unless you guys have anything else to say about Spy Family right now. No?
Nope.
All right. Let me bring up the browser and check out lrmonline.com every day for it's been a while for all of your entertainment news, needs, and opinions, interviews, reviews, all the podcasts, everything goes up on the website, guys. We cover it all, even leaks. We try to not hide, but put a wall up for some of the most spoilerish type stuff, but you can go in and kind of get a feel for what we think about certain spoilers without necessarily being spoiled yourself. There'll be markings and all that. We try to take care of you guys. All of the podcasts are available in audio format on whatever app you use, Google's, Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, all that good stuff. Breaking Geek Radio, the Cantina, AnimeVerse reviews, and Marvel Multiverse Mayhem. My voice, Jesus. And all of those go up on the YouTube channel, as well as like trailer reactions. Breaking Geek is now in video. I've had a lot of fun producing that show. It's a much longer form. You guys can see hour and 40 minutes, hour and 25 minutes, but it was a lot of fun to kind of design the studio and yeah. Brian does YouTube. Brian, you want to tell them about your channel?
Yeah, it's PulpMythos, and talk about shows like currently doing A Big Sky, Barry, and The Flight Attendant.
Very cool. So yeah, guys, hit subscribe on all that. Follow us on our social media stuff. Like I said, at that Kyle Malone on Twitter, at Adorable Doom on Twitter for Christine. Any alibis? Anybody? Nope. All right. I keep looking down. I got another screen down here with the studio stuff on there. So yeah, bye guys. See you next week.